Good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Sam Lane here with an update for you on YouTube to let you know what's going on with the severe weather. We do have a newscast at 9 o'clock on Fox, as well as the CBS News, our KOAM News at 10 on CBS. But I wanted to give you an update on what's going on with the weather right now here on YouTube. And we can also go in more depth with our weather coverage on YouTube because there's no time constraints. So right now, things are becoming unstable. The winds are definitely picking up at the surface. The dew points have dramatically increased. We're now seeing dew points in the 60s, and so that means the threat of severe weather is likely going to continue a little bit further to the east than earlier anticipated. Wanted to show you what's going on right now. You can see on our tower cam, things are cloudy, and the winds are really starting to pick up now from the south, bringing up that moisture in our area. Let's take a look at what's going on as far as the weather, as far as the dynamic setup. We're looking at a dry line situation. This is where the dry line is right now. Drier air here in the yellow, and then off to the east, the more moist air to the east in the green. And so it's the contrast of this dry air being surged eastward, lifting this warm, moist air mass across our area, and that's what's sparking the thunderstorm activity. As we go through time, you can notice that the dry line surges to the east, and by midnight, it will be moving into the western part of our area, and that means severe thunderstorms will be ongoing across our region. And then that dry line will surge to the east, and by 1:30, 2 a.m., it will then be moving into western parts of Missouri, and then by 2 and 3 a.m., it will start to move away from us. But the winds are going to be extremely strong even behind the storms. So just because the storms are gone does not mean that the winds are going to be letting up. This is a very dynamic system, tremendous amounts of pressure gradient, and that's why we're seeing these extremely strong winds, not only ahead of the storms, during the storms, but then also after the storms. And one of the factors that we look at for tornado possibility is a thing called updraft helicity. And by midnight, we're going to see these little helicity swaths moving across our area. And so anywhere along the squall line, wherever there is a kink in the squall line, that's where convergence can occur, and we can get little spin-ups. And those spin-ups can produce damage similar to and be a small tornado. And then once that dry line moves to the east, the severe weather threat will go away. Right now, severe thunderstorm warnings in western Kansas. You can see just to the north and east of Pratt, approaching Hutchinson right now. Severe thunderstorm warning there. Another severe thunderstorm warning down in northwestern Oklahoma near Alva. And then, of course, you can see this is an entire line going from Alva to Medicine Lodge on up towards Hutchinson. This is moving towards the east. Now we're starting to get some storms developing just to the west of Wichita. Severe thunderstorm watch is in effect for southeastern Kansas until 1 a.m. And a tornado watch also is in effect for parts of Oklahoma, including our area, again until 1 a.m. Tornado warnings continue on this cell just to the south of Hobart, and that is moving towards the east. That's going to be moving over towards the southern part of the Oklahoma City metro area in the next hour or so. And you can see these individual cells along the line, and any one of these cells could try to produce a tornado. So it's very important that even though you may be put under a severe thunderstorm warning, it's a good idea to go ahead and be near or in your safe spot, because these warnings can come with these spin-ups can occur extremely rapidly, and you may not have time to wait for the warning. So don't wait for the tornado warning. If you're under a severe thunderstorm warning and threatening weather approaches, go ahead and move to your place of safety. We're going to look at the velocities on this storm right here to the north of Roosevelt. You can see some wind damage there in Hobart right now. Look at these strong winds, extremely strong winds along the leading edge. And here's a little curl right here, just to the north and east of Hobart. That's what this is prompting this warning. And also there's an area here just south and west of New Cordell, a rotation right here. And this is another area that we would be also possibly watching for a rotation trying to develop to the south and west of Carnegie and north and east of Roosevelt. So this is another area that would probably be taking over as the new circulation, and then that would move on over towards south of Carnegie and on over towards Gracemont. So severe thunderstorm warnings, you can see the size of these severe thunderstorm warnings here, and then the tornado warnings are a little bit smaller. and for a shorter period of time. This tornado warning goes until 8:30, and then this one goes until 8:15. We're also looking at the debris product. Might be seeing a little bit of a debris signature right here on Highway 183 going to the north out of Hobart, approaching New Cordell. Not really seeing a strong signal on the debris product, so that's good news. On the spectrum width, this clearly indicating a QLCS type circulation right here. And then, of course, the spearhead right here, just to the south and east of Hobart, south and west of Carnegie. That's where we're watching for the potential of another tornadic circulation developing. Now, with the threat of tornadoes, let's go over the safety tips. As we go through the overnight hours, it's very important to keep this in mind. The best place to be is in a bathroom, hallway, or closet. Small interior room in the center portion of your home or underneath some stairs. You want to stay away from the outside walls and windows. And when you do take cover, be sure to protect yourself with blankets, mattresses, or even helmets for protection. Most fatalities in tornadoes are a direct result of injuries to the head. You can take a blow to the arm or leg or torso even, but if you take a blow to the head, it's not going to be good. So you have to keep that in mind. And of course, the best place for safety is in a basement or a safe room. A lot of basements in Missouri, not a lot of basements down in Oklahoma because of the clay soil. The water table is so high, you have to constantly pump the water out. So in those places, lowest floor, central portion away from outside walls and windows. No mobile homes, no vehicles. If you live in a mobile home, right now is the time to plan where you would go, and you need to go there before the storms arrive. These storms are going to be moving at about 50 to 55 miles per hour. So it's not going to take very long. By the time you see the lightning approaching, the storm's going to be almost on top of you. So it's best to have a plan ahead. If you live in a mobile home or an RV, you need to go to the sturdier structure now and wait out these storms. If you don't, and a tornado does approach or a severe thunderstorm approaches, the best thing to do is to get in a sturdier shelter. And of course, you don't want to be in an automobile, especially with these straight line winds as well. Now, if you're in a dormitory or an apartment building and you're on a floor above the first floor, you need to get to know your neighbors real quick because you want to move to the lowest floor. The winds are higher, the higher up you go. So you need to go to the lowest floor, again, away from outside walls and outside windows. You want to find a small interior space on the lowest floor. And again, you want to protect your head from any possible flying debris. And so that's the safety rules for an apartment building. All right, let's go back to the radar here real quick. I'm going to go back to the velocities here. And you can see right here to the east of Hobart, strong circulation right there. Another circulation just south of New Cordell. Each one of these circulations has the potential to produce what we call a QLCS type tornado. Stay with us and we'll keep you advised. Of course, we'll have a newscast at 9 o'clock. And then we will also have a newscast at 10 o'clock on CBS. Stay with us and we'll keep you informed right here at KOAM.